What's your favorite thing to do?
More like what zone I like to do.
Oh, really?
If the idea of dating seems daunting, well, we got good news. You can now have 8 dates in 1 hour.
It's a tragedy that there's no explanation for, who's spared and who isn't. It just happens and you go on.
He survived when many around him didn't. Hear his incredible tale of surviving a deadly tragedy.
The truth is, it takes a long time, a lot of hard work to change a life.
And how this Bay Area woman has helped hundreds get back on their feet.
And you can taste it. Your chance to win 12 free dinners at the Bay Area's finest restaurants. Hi, everyone. I'm Malou Nubla.
And I'm Mike Rowe, and we're not talking about the Jack in the Box or the Geno's. Do they still have Geno's?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. We've got 12 wonderful restaurants. We're going to be giving away meals as this series goes on. The series, of course, is cooking at Purcell Murray. It'll all make sense later in the show.
First, though, we're going to talk about dating right now.
Not just dating, speed dating. It's easy to feel like you're wasting an evening out with the wrong guy or the wrong girl. Here's a chance to go through 8 of them in an hour. There it is, Malou. 8-minute dating. What do you think?
Ever have an 8-minute date?
Most of mine don't last that long, frankly. I've had a few, though, and you can as well. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. There is a registration fee. It's about $28. 8minutedating.com for more info.
All right, a good date restaurant would probably be Delancey Street in San Francisco. You been there?
No, I haven't, but I'll put it on my 8-minute list.
All right, in fact, the woman behind that restaurant was responsible for transforming drug addicts and homeless people into working citizens. Delancey Street's profits comes from all of their businesses, the restaurant, the cafe, and their moving company along the Embarcadero in San Francisco.
Well, that's nice to know.
Isn't it?
It's a feel-good story.
It is a very feel-good story.
And this is a feel-good place to be. Purcell Murray, a wonderful resource center. Nice place to come and test drive some high-end cooking instruments.
What do you know about that?
Not a thing.
We'll leave it to the chef. Coming up, a chance to win the 12 free dinners in the Bay Area at the finest restaurants, I might add.
I'm sticking around.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Ow! I should turn that thing off. There's a lawsuit in there. Hey everybody, it's Chris the cameraman hanging out with us here at Purcell Murray, and why not, Malou? It's a great place to hang out.
Yeah, and give Chris some FaceTime too, huh?
Everybody deserves a little FaceTime.
All right, now on to our next story. Now, the Cal Poly San Luis football team returned to Ohio for the first time since 1960. It marks the return to the site of a terrible tragedy that devastated a school and a community. 49ers
assistant coach Ted Tollner was on that team back in 1960. He's returning to Ohio right now. His brush with death back then forever changed the way he looked at life. Well, Ted Tollner not only survived the tragedy, he managed to stick around for another year. He'll be coaching quarterbacks again for the 49ers.
Good news. All right, when we come back, you will meet the chef who will give you the secret ingredient for your chance to win free dinners at 12 of the Bay Area's finest restaurants when we come back.
It's Friday night and she's all alone. He's a million miles.
Seared foie gras on a bed of arugula with a Fuji apple salad. Malou, that's good enough to eat.
It's good enough to eat if you know how to make it. Of course, Howard from Marche in Menlo Park is going to show us in just a little bit. This is part of our Cooking Concepts contest where every other week here on Evening Magazine, you have a chance to win 12 free dinners at some of the Bay Area's finest restaurants. That's if you listen to the secret ingredient to qualify.
And we'll get to the secret ingredient after we get a quick snapshot of this recipe. Howard, you make it look easy, is it?
It is easy when you know how, and it's quite quick and quite simple. And of course, the star of this dish is the foie gras, which likes for nothing more than salt and pepper. And I love this dish. Shall we start?
Yeah, give us the quick version.
All right, we're going to do it very quickly. I'm going to show you how I would make the dressing for this, which is a little sweet and sour dressing, which begins with about a cup of freshly squeezed apple juice, which you'll pour right in there, followed by an equal quantity, i.e. a cup of freshly made chicken stock.
Can you really buy chicken stock in a bottle like that, or did you just do that fancy for us?
I did that fancy for you guys. Actually, this comes out of a really large pot that's bubbling away on our stoves at Marche as we speak. And to that I'll add, this is a 2-taste ingredient, but I'm going to call that about 1.5 ounces of fine-aged cherry wine vinegar. And then following that, a generous amount of freshly cracked black pepper, about 1.5 tablespoons.
We love generous amounts. Howard, what kind of stove are we cooking on here?
We are cooking on a La Cornue range, which is really the Rolls-Royce of kitchen equipment. As you can see, it's absolutely stunningly beautiful. Today we're using primarily this, which is referred to as a French range. And as you can see, it's a cast iron top, which has a very high BTU element in the center, and then the heat radiates out from that center piece. So you can use it, it has variable temperature throughout its range. And so as you can see, the sauce would be simmering quietly there while this quick heat skillet is getting blazing hot.
How long do we leave the sauce there for?
Well, the sauce will, it'll probably take 20 minutes to reduce or so. I've, of course, taken the liberty of making the sauce in advance of the demonstration.
All right, Howard, tick-tock. We got the foie gras to get to, and I know you're going to sear it, so it shouldn't take much time.
Very quick. Salt, freshly ground pepper, not too much because there's a lot of pepper in the sauce. Very lightly oiled pan, almost no oil at all.
Right.
And, of course, the foie gras, which is cut about a ½ inch thick.
Now, when you're a chef, you can just reach right in there with your fingers, right?
Of course.
Now, how long do you cook that for?
Well, that's going to cook for about 30 seconds on the first side until it's nicely browned and begins to crisp a little bit. And then we'll turn the foie gras, cook it briefly on the other side, perhaps 15 seconds, just to heat the foie gras through. You don't want to cook the foie gras too hot and too long because it is, after all, 80% fat, and it will continue to melt and render in the pan until there's virtually no foie gras left.
While that's cooking, we're going to take a break here. When we come back, we will give you the secret ingredient for you to qualify for the Cooking Concepts Contest and plate that and taste it and mention your restaurant and your cooking classes, okay?
Look forward to it.
All right, we'll be right back.
I got nothing to add, except you might want to flip that. Howard's starting to smoke it.
And here's our delicious seared foie gras, which I'm placing on top of a bed of arugula, which has been lightly dressed with lemon juice and olive oil and a little bit of salt and pepper. And of course, these is a shaved Fuji apple, which is a nice crisp red apple, but almost any apple will do.
Even a Macintosh.
Of course. Your preference, although I'm more a PC guy. And then we have this warm dressing here, which is now reduced, and you can see it's nice and rich, and the color of the stock and the apple juices come out. So I'll take some of that and drizzle it not too heavily, not too heavily.
And just like that.
Salad.
I'm going to let you continue that right now. Remind everyone that you can get this recipe on the Pix page at kpix.com. In the meantime, right now, you're waiting for the secret ingredients. What is the secret ingredient?
Apple juice.
Apple juice. Write that down. Send it to Cooking Concepts Contest, P.O. Box 26555, San Francisco, California 94126, or log on to the Pix page at kpix.com.
Speaking of websites, don't forget PurcellMurray.com, a great place to virtually shop. Better yet, come to their resource center, test drive some great high-end appliances. You can't buy directly from Purcell Murray, but it's a great place to come, get an idea of what's out there in the marketplace, and then buy from the nearest authorized dealer. Having said that, let's eat.
No, he has cooking classes too, right?
Coming up.
There's just no end to the information here on Evening Magazine. Cooking classes in March. Again, check out the website for all the details.
And then your restaurant too.
Marche. In Menlo Park. Can we eat now, please?
See here, there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Howard. Have a nice evening, everyone. We will see you tomorrow. Are you going to have a bite of this or just you and me?
I'll let you start.
There's no fat in this, is there?
No, not much.
He ate it all.
Tonight's Evening Magazine was sponsored by Purcell Murray.
The 2000